time to burn the midnight oil. That's the phrase, right? Welcome, everyone, back to the channel on this beautiful morning. Hope you're having a wonderful one out there. Thank you so much. I don't know, I went like this to you. Anyways, we're listening to Midnight Oil. It's been a while since we listened to them. We're going to listen to this track, Power and the Passion, off of their album, 10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1, released in 1983. This would be off of their fourth studio album. We're listening to this track because it was suggested and recommended by Beats and Skies, Del Little, and Moshley64. So thank you guys so much for the recommendation. Last time we had listened to them with Beds Are Burning and The Dead Heart. Beds Are Burning was fine copyright-wise. The Dead Heart got blocked. Don't know why, but that's why sometimes, even within the same band, the songs get blocked and not. I really don't have an answer for you. So we'll see what happens with this one. But we're going to go ahead and give it a shot, give it a little bit of a click, give it a listen, and of course we'll talk about it after. Here we go.
Wasting away in paradise, going backwards once in a while, taking your time, give it a try. What do you believe? What do you believe? What do you believe is true? And nothing they say makes a difference this way. Nothing they say will do. You take all the trouble that you can afford, at least you won't have time to be born.
That's funky.
At least you won't have time to be born. Oh, the power and the passion.
I like how that chorus just bloomed up.
Oh, the temper of the time. Oh, the power and the passion. Sometimes you got to take the hardest line. Sunburned faces around with skin so brown.
I like how it slaps.
Smiling, zinc cream and crowd. Some days the beach, never a cloud. Breathing eucalyptus, pushing pan and van. Stuffing lunch, junk food, laughing at the truth. 'Cause golf was tough till he hit the love. Hey, Uncle Sam and John were quite enough. Too much of sunshine, too much of sky. Just enough to make you
I can't every time the drums come in at this part, like, it seems like it gets bigger.
just enough to make you wanna cry. Oh, the power and the
I love that tiny moment, sliver of a moment before the chorus again.
oh, the temper of the time. Oh, the power and the passion. Sometimes you got to take the hardest line.
That's cool. Great panning as well, production-wise. Oh, I love the drumming. This is a fun drum solo. And bring it right back down to verse. That's good. That's really good.
I see buildings
Swing to it too.
all in the sky in paradise. Sydney, nights are warm, daytime telly, luring storm. Dad's so bad he lives in the pub. It's underarms and football clubs. A flat champagne got in every home, a Big Mac and no one goes out.
This is a good one.
Sometimes you got to take the hardest ride.
Some horns. Just keeps on going. It's like that big outro. What a perfectly put together song. Every single element of this was fun, keeps you guessing. I think the lyrics are good. I'll have to look deeper into them, but they seem good. Like everything and every person involved in this track was amazing. I love the bass line. I love this little bit of emptiness that the groove kind of gives you. There's space in between. And I think that that space is best used by lead vocalist Peter Garrett. The way that he sings here, I don't know, his delivery just has this fun rhythmic catchiness to it. There's also, and I don't mean to use the title of the song, but there's also this passion behind him and what he's saying. Like there's a belief behind his words. And I really like that. I really like the conviction with which he speaks and sings in this one. The bass line. Peter Gifford on the bass. I love the bass line. It starts off like sneaky. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. And then as it moves into, for example, the chorus, like there's some movements, there's some, what I always say is like blooming to it when the music becomes more brightly melodic. That's also in part because of the guitarist. I'm going to pretty much go through everyone's names, by the way. Two guitarists, Jim Mongini and then Martin Rotze. And I don't usually pay a strong, deliberate amount of attention to the guitar because I don't relate to it as much. And I mean that in a song where I feel like the guitars are more subdued. Like, for example, like this one to me is very rhythm, so the bass and the drums and even the vocals kind of take first and foremost here. But even during the verse, I think there's some interesting melodic things happening with the guitar. Some of the chords that are being struck, the way that it goes from light to heavy in certain moments, I think is really nice. But not like heavy, but like just there's an added weight to the music. And I think that they do a great job complementing each other in this. They actually remind me of XTC a little bit. I think they have that smart, catchy, well-executed pop kind of sound that works really well. Also, the brass coming in at the very end just to push that outro over the top. Really nicely done. But we got to talk about one other thing. There's one other thing we got to talk about. Rob Hurst on the drums. Drums were good for the first 3/4 of the song. I liked when those little fills were added in into the mix during the song. Nice stuff. I was, okay, it's cool. I like it. But that drum solo section, that was fantastic. That was the moment. And I love how that drum solo, it has so much diversity in its approach. It's not a straight play as fast as you can. It's not a straight play a groove and then just embellish on it. There's a lot of different varieties in the way that he approaches it. And I really like that because you never knew exactly what direction that solo was going to take. But you knew that whatever direction he took you, it was going to be the right direction. When you get on a bus, well, I guess you do know where the bus driver's going to take you. All right, well, what I was going to say doesn't make sense. But you trust the bus driver to get you where you're going. And maybe he makes a turn. That's fine. Listen, it reminds me of this. On my wife's and I first vacation, we went to, I don't remember where it was, but we were on some tropical area. I think it was over by Mexico. Anyways, we had gotten off the cruise and we were on the island. and we were going to some destination. I think it was a beach. And so we got in one of the local taxis, and they were going to drive us to the beach. Well, at one point, the taxi took a stop, a little diversion, and stopped at a little, not even a gas station, a little convenience store. And the lady didn't say a word to us. She said, "I'll be right back," and she got out. We were just sitting in the car like, is this normal? She she just got out and left for a little bit. And you know what? We still trusted her to take us to our destination, which we did get to. We didn't know what was happening at the moment, but we trusted her. Same thing's happening with Rob Hurst on the drums. Didn't know what he was doing there, but we trusted him to take us where we were going, and he got us there wonderfully. Let's look at these lyrics here. People wasting away in paradise, going backwards once in a while, taking your time, give it a try. What do you believe? What do you believe is true? Nothing they say makes a difference this way. Nothing they say will do. You take all the trouble that you can afford. At least you won't have time to be bored. Oh, the power and the passion of the temper of the time. The power of the passion. Sometimes you've got to take the hardest line. Some people have it easy. People wasting in paradise. You know, once you have it easy and once you feel like things are going well, there's problems that can occur. Like, I'm trying to think of the proper way to say it. If you're completely content and satisfied, you can find yourself, instead of progressing because you feel like you have nothing to progress towards, regressing. I think that's kind of what I'm getting at, maybe. Sometimes you got to take the hardest line. Sunburnt faces around with skin so brown, smelling zinc cream in crowds. Sundays the beach never a cloud. Breathing eucalypt, pushing panel vans, stuff and munch junk food. Laughing at the truth because go was tough till he hit the rough. Or gow. Tough, goof. I'm trying to rhyme. Tough, rough, goof. Did I do that right? Uncle Sam and John were quite enough. Too much of sunshine, too much of sky. It's just enough to make you want to cry. Like, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. I see buildings clothing the sky in paradise. Sydney nights are warm. By the way, they are an Australian band. Daytime telly, blue rinse dawn. Dad's so bad he lives in the pub. It's an underarms and football clubs. Flat chat, Pine Gap. In every home, a Big Mac. And no one goes out back. That's that. I like the Outback reference. You take what you get and you get what you please. It's better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Oh, the power and the passion, the temper of time. Like, your power and your passion are tempered by time. Sometimes you got to take the hardest line. And if you take the hardest line, you can appreciate where you end up more. Something like that is what I'm kind of getting. Maybe, perhaps. It says that this is the second single from the album. It's one of the band's most famous songs and has been performed on every one of their tours. It won Best Australian Single. Let's see. The lyrics mention former Australian Prime Minister Gough Whitlam and his dismissal in 1975, as well as the Pine Gap spy base, which remain controversial issues in Australia to this day. It also makes reference to the Big Mac, paraphrases Emiliano Zapata, with the line, "It's better to die on your feet than live on your knees." And of course, it has that drum solo. It's the only studio recording by them to feature a drum solo. That's a good song. Hitting number 8 in Australia and 4 in New Zealand. That's a good one. Really enjoyed that one. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. Follow me over on Twitter. Support the channel on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all later. Bye.